that window distracting? I'm gonna shut that. What's going on, guys? My name is Colin Ross. Along with Max Putnam, we take care of all the editing on the Good YouTube channel. You guys probably know that, but if you didn't, yeah. So I wanted to hop on here and address a few things. One is like the hate of the Good Championship. Like there was a little bit more hate on the qualifiers, so I'm gonna address that, and then the hate on round 1, and then also kind of an update on round 2 and when you can expect to see that, because obviously Max and I have kind of underestimated how long it is going to take. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys real quick and talk about that GoPro footage, because that was some really high quality stuff. That looked like trash. That was some absolute trash. Before I get into that, I feel like it's good to preface with saying this is like the first time we've ever done this. So I think there are gonna be some growing pains, and like I feel like a lot of your guys' comments were like pretty understandable, especially the GoPro footage. Why did we include that footage when it looked so bad, and how did it look so bad? That is a question I also had after we filmed it. You guys obviously already know if you're watching this video, but the qualifier was 63 golfers playing 18 holes, and we had a decent strategy going into it. When we were originally game planning for this, we kind of joked like we should have a videographer filming every golfer, 63 golfers, but we kind of quickly realized how unfeasible that is. So what we settled on during planning was we're gonna have a GoPro behind every green, filming, which they weren't all GoPros. Some of the footage that looked better was the Panasonic cameras that we use. Well, actually, I'll go grab one. So we had some of these behind the green, and these obviously looked a lot better than this GoPro right here. We had 11 or 12 of these behind every green, and then the rest were using this camera. Max and I went out the morning of and like drugged them out to every single hole and set them up in decent spots, and they were all looking good. And we figured that 1080p would be fine. Like we have these in 1080p and we had these in 1080p, but we didn't do any testing. 1080p is not bad resolution. Obviously we try to film in 4K when we can, but we figured 1080p, like also this thing is so small that like 4K Arizona heat, it's gonna overheat just sitting out rolling for like 7 hours. And the 1080p on these GoPros is disgusting. Obviously you guys saw, not trying to make any excuses for that. I'm gonna get super technical here, but basically this camera can record higher than 4K resolution. When you try to conform all those pixels down to 1080p, there's something called pixel binning that goes on. Super technical, super nerdy, but I think that's kind of why the picture quality degraded so quick into 1080p. But holy cow, yeah, that was awful. I'm just gonna be straight up with you guys. It was disgusting, but we obviously care about video quality, but also in the qualifier round, I feel like it was more about the story and progressing the narrative forward than having like the most 4K HD footage. Like again, I'm not trying to make an excuse for why the footage looks so bad, but I feel like that was kind of why I decided to include it, because I was like, I'd rather have this and kind of progress the story, because you can still kind of see what's going on. Obviously, little rough, but I guess we probably should have just done 4K and see what happened, but we got the footage, we included it into the story. That was another big criticism of the qualifier, was not really knowing who the guys are. So you're like, why would I watch this hour-and-a-half long golf video if I don't know anyone? Which is definitely my bad, and I feel like I didn't do a good enough job introducing the guys in that video, because I also knew that the next video we were gonna be posting was introducing the 12 like finalists. So I feel like I should have included more of that, because we made, if you didn't know, we made a little documentary about the 12 finalists and kind of their stories. I feel like I should have included more of that in the qualifier to help you guys in the qualifier know who everyone was, which is definitely on me, because I feel like I was kind of thinking about it from my own perspective of, oh, we're gonna post this, then we're gonna let you guys know who they are, then we're gonna drop the championship rounds. So I'm gonna own up to that one. I also feel like I didn't do a great job structuring the ending of the video. We kind of went back and forth on if we wanted more of just kind of like a highlight reel, if we wanted to like kind of like show all of the last few holes. And then once I started editing it, it felt cool to me and it felt different, because it kind of felt more like, you know, just like a tour broadcast, which just kind of felt cool to me when I watched it, because it was just different than anything we've ever done. But I also can see how that wouldn't appeal to you guys, because obviously Good Gear's been built on the blocks of all of the guys playing golf and not just a bunch of random people playing golf. So I can kind of see how that is, you know, a little frustrating, but also the quality of golf was so good that I was like, I kind of just want to include all this, kind of just focus in on those last few holes as like a finishing, as like, oh, who's going to get in, who's, you know, above the cut line, not, which also then led to Bubby saying cut line about 45 times in the voiceover, which was also on me, because I told him to place an emphasis on, you know, like who was going to be in and out. And it kind of, a lot of it I feel like was on me, and like my vision just not quite being good enough. And also it was my first time ever making a video like this, and it was going through all the footage. A lot of people thought, you know, I can't follow these people, but I also cut out so many people. When there's 63 golfers, like I kind of had to pick certain storylines of people who kind of fell below the cut line and people who were like right there. It was a little confusing, and I feel like something that would have helped would have been having a running leaderboard, which I would have done, but the amount of time it takes to make that graphic when there's 63 golfers is a lot of time. And then that leads into another thing that people were kind of hating on, which again, understandable. I opened up my big mouth and decided to announce a release date, which that was a mistake. And I'm never gonna be doing that again, except for this round 2. I'll give you guys a date at the end of this video. No, actually I'm not. But yeah, I feel like we get ambitious. In this one, like I felt super comfortable hitting the date. And then once I got to the end and started including way more shots than I thought I was going to, it just started stretching out. I still had the upper right graphic on every golfer, not every golfer, but there's probably like, I think there's 32 of the golfers that I had to show like an upper right graphic for. In the end, I agree with you guys that that qualifier video wasn't the best it could have been. But I think it leaves room for improvement in the future, and I think we can take a lot of stuff that you guys said, not use these freaking GoPros. Probably shouldn't have done that. These are still great cart cams. It's fine. But moving on to round 1 of the Giga Championship, the money rounds, the final 12. Posted round 1, and it was far more of an undertaking than Max and I expected, being obviously a 5-hour video. Shout out to Shaler for doing all the tracers. If Max and I had to do those tracers, I think our minds might have actually exploded. Just more graphics than we expected, obviously more editing, just because we wanted to show every shot from all the golfers, because I feel like that's something you don't really get from TVs. You don't get to see every single shot. And that's something that we really wanted to do. I saw the comment a few times of, you know, I wish this was all the YouTubers, and like, why do I want to watch these 12 golfers? I feel like we all know that it would be more interesting if all the biggest YouTubers got together and, you know, had a stroke play thing. And obviously that's gonna come with, you know, Rick this year, but this is like kind of a different thing. And we wanted to showcase these 12 golfers and showcase their abilities and tell their stories, which I definitely feel like I get the point of a lot of the people that were commenting, just because we have built our channel, you know, just having all the guys play golf on camera. So it's like, why should I care about these 12 golfers? And I definitely understand that point, because all we've uploaded for the past 3 years was all of us playing golf. So like, but I feel like that is kind of where we wanted to experiment and like help give these 12 amazing golfers a platform to tell their stories and showcase their skills. Yeah, that was kind of just, you know, something that all of us at Good Good were passionate about. So we decided to do it. But that leads to the round 2 update, which I'm gonna give you guys a date. It's coming this no, I'm not gonna do that. Just know that Max and I are working night and day to get it done, and it's gonna come out as soon as we can get it done. I've been grinding on the graphics. Max has been working on the rough cut. Yeah, we're giving it our all. I apologize that it's taking longer than Max and I thought. Like we literally, I feel bad because we can't give you guys the videos, but it's just, there's just so much raw content that it's just taking so much longer than we expected. So I apologize, but it is coming, and Max and I are working night and day to get it done. So yeah, not gonna give a date, but it is coming. And yeah, after that, we got some bangers coming up. We got a major at Pebble Beach. That's crazy to me. So that's coming, which is gonna be super cool. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on here for 5 or 10 minutes to explain to you guys. I'm gonna get back to work. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching Good Good and making all this possible. It still just blows all of our mind constantly that this is all of our jobs, but yeah, thank you guys. Back to work. I'm tired. The work is so rewarding, but I'm exhausted. Championship round 2 coming as soon as Max and I's eyeballs get it done. I bet I shock him when I drop.